not in charge. Kids say men drive too fast and are more aggressive and they lose their tempers more quickly. So is this true in your own experience, and would you be happier, being really honest, it's honesty day, to be driven by a man or a woman?
Well, see, this is a problem, isn't it? Because I've got to drive with Mr. Spain after this. I have to say, this is purely personal view, men have a problem in the car in that if I'm driving and I see somebody that looks a bit wobbly and a bit dodgy, and I look at a potential situation coming up where somebody's going to do something stupid, because I think driving's all about preempting the other person, I will allow for that person to make that mistake, and when they make the mistake, I'm ready. A man will drive at that person. He's going to do this. He's going to watch him. He's going to do this. Yeah, you say. We did it. And then you have a huge. Because I showed him. This to me is not good driving. On the other hand, I would have to say, at the end of the day, bearing in mind women have days, I do myself, when I'm not up to speed, hormonally, ultimately, in the long run, I'd put myself in the hands of a male driver.
Really?
Would you?
I have to say this, yeah.
Well, I totally disagree. I think I'm the best driver. And although my brother is my chauffeur, you know, and I trust him with my life, and it says you can always trust a driver when you sleep, you know,
With him.
No! That is wrong!
Absolutely no!
No, in the back with him. No!
Oh!
No! When they're driving, you can fall asleep. They say that's a trust of a driver.
Absolutely.
It's going horribly wrong, this. But to say that, I've been driving since I was 17, so it's like second nature to me. I just know exactly when to go in the road. I know, because a lot of accidents are with people doddering and dithering, and that gets on my nerves, and I'm saying, go! You know, and you sat there and they go, oh, shall I go? Oh, no, I better just wait a bit. Is that you? Waiting for the preemptive.
I'm not saying I'm a bad driver, and I've been driving since I was 17, and I passed first time, and I'm actually a brilliant driver, but I'm trying to suggest that I have off days.
Yeah.
You obviously
I
don't.
think the key is knowing where you're going.
Where is that? That does help,
That's
you know,
quite
Lisa.
a serious statement, I think.
What, do you just get into this thinking,
Well,
where should we go?
If you don't... Well, if you don't know where you're going, you're all over the place. And because I know all the best routes and all the shortcuts, and I don't think Paul does. When we were living in London, because I've been living in London all my life, and Paul moved here a bit later on, as I tend to remind him very often, I tend to know exactly where I'm going, so I think I'm a better driver. And now we've moved to the country, none of us know where we're going. I rang Bo before the show, and that thing about who's the safest person to be driving the car, and I thought, she's going to say me. And I went, Bo, look, just tell me outright, who's the safest person to be in the car with, me or Dad? She said, Dad, you're too fast. Oh. So, yeah, I was pretty adamant that I was probably the better of the two, but Paul's got it.
See, I think I'm a good driver. In as much as I prefer to drive than be driven. I've never, ever... I can't remember the last time I booked a taxi. I much prefer to be behind the wheel. I think it's my control freak nature.
Yeah.
And when Darren's driving, I do a lot of...
Imaginary brakes.
It sounds like there's something going on in the car that clearly isn't happening. And so I do assume superiority, but I shouldn't, because I've lost my licence in the past from going in those yellow boxes.
What are they for, anyway?
Well, as I discovered in court, Lise, I don't know still what they're there for.
Excuse me, you lost your licence making the same mistake more than once?
I have a defence, because I know what you're going to say. You're going to say...
You're stupid.
Yeah, and you'd be right. But what it was is it was my route to the gym, and I didn't realise that if you got caught in the yellow box, it was 3 points and 60 quid.